well, I think about like everything you want.
You can have everything you want. All right, whatever.
I think secular side, they're saying you can have everything. A woman can do anything that a man can do. You can have the job, you can have the influence, you can have the prestige, you can have anything, because we are just as good. I think that's what the secular meaning.
Do you believe that?
Well, I do it, but as a Christian, I believe we can have everything in Christ Jesus.
Christ Jesus. Okay, that's helping me. Anybody else?
When I hear that expression, I'm thinking you can have career, you can have family, you can have personal time, you can have it all.
All right.
You know, the money,
You do.
the house,
Yes.
the car, you know, all the fashion.
Okay.
You can travel, you can have it all. And when I think of that in my, as applied to a Christian, you may have most of it at different segments in your life. That's what I think.
Okay.
But not it all.
Okay. All right. Yeah, that helps me. All right. Let's list some roles. Let's list some roles that we all have, and I need y'all to yell them out to me. The first one comes to my mind is I am a member of a church. Look at that. It's probably a kid of mine. And at the same time, I'm this and I'm that. Phone ring. All right. Somebody called me and said they posted something and they want me to make sure nobody got offended over it. Yep, can't handle that right now. All right. Oh, this is not gonna work. I need a marker. Anybody got a good pen? Church member. Oh, that might work. Mom, and yell out some stuff. Wife.
Grandmother,
Great grandmother.
auntie,
Sister.
friend,
Leader.
neighbor,
Co-worker.
Healthcare
Girlfriend.
provider,
Employee.
healthcare, a healthcare provider.
Provider, care provider. All right, what else?
church worker,
Church worker, okay.
Servant.
Say that louder.
Handouts. No. Okay.
Go ahead. Then we're gonna put that with that. Servant, church member, church leader. What about anything in the community? Anything in the children's school? Take on any role, everybody.
social worker.
Oh, Lord, sports mom. That's so demanding. So one of my kids, I said, AAU is done. I'm done with it. Yeah, you didn't get no time on that court, I'm done with it. All right. Don't even love it like that. Stick to record. Anything else?
Babysitter.
Oh, all right, what else? Something big. This is major for me, and we're gonna get into why. Christian. That's different. now, the majority of this on this paper, thank you so much, you don't need it. The majority of this on this paper, you are that 24 hours of every day. 24 hours of every day, for the most part. My job, I refuse the leadership position because when I like to clock out and go home and not think about children's hospital. When I don't want nobody calling me, asking me nothing. I barely want my supervisor to text me and ask me about the next day off or whatever, or schedule if I'm off. So I have the privilege to clock out and not think about work. Everybody don't have it. Some people have supervisory positions. So, my husband was doing something, and I can't remember what it was. He was doing something, and I needed to be present for it. But I had my phone in my hand because my oldest son, my oldest son needed me to answer a bunch of questions. And it's something about the oldest boy that they think they own you. So if I don't respond, then the moment I do respond, what happened? I couldn't talk to you. That's what happened. I was busy. So a lot of this is a 24-hour job. So how do we accomplish the all when we're wearing all of this? How do we do that? How are we every woman in all roles?
Can I say it like this?
Yes.
Maybe I'm thinking differently.
No, go
I
ahead.
think by the Holy Spirit. He allows you to do all these things that he will give you the timing in the schedule to do it. I just think that, because that's the way I operate.
That's the way you operate. Tell me your roles. Let's listen.
Okay, a mother, a grandmother, an educator, retired, a world traveler, TV
Alright.
show host.
Oh, shit.
A lot of those that you, of course, a Christian, because when you say servant, ministry, I was gonna say Christian, but I thought you were using a really changeable.
Oh, my God.
Okay, I'm a minister, I'm an elder, and, just most of those items that you have listed, that's me, but once again, different hats at different times, of course, they're gonna cross over.
Okay. Different hats at different times. Different hats at different times.
Because my
When
role
you-
in the church is not going to apply to my role necessarily at home, because I'm an elder at church, okay? If that makes any sense. But when I'm home, I'm over wife. That doesn't mean I'm not still an elder, but that's not the major role.
So how do you, so now we have majors and minors.
Yes.
So how do you perform, how are you present as an elder when you're in another country?
How am I present as an elder? It just depends on what the situation calls for. In another country, if I'm gonna be traveling, a lot of times it's by myself, and I just told this sister, I met up with the lady from Philadelphia. She and I were in France together, and she and I always connect with somebody. A Christian or who, because I'm always giving testimonies, and I was at a conference, and I'm just busy telling these people I flew up here and I met this hotel, and I have a whole group that's jealous and calling me, because I just talk about the goodness of God. That's me. I just talk about it because he is so good. I just talk about it, and that's how I end up, connecting with people.
That role that you just gave me was a Christian.
Yeah.
That was a Christian role.
Okay.
Yeah. Elders are the extension of the pastor.
Right.
That's our role. We're the extension of the pastor. Where the pastor can't go, that's where we go. What they can't reach, they give us jobs to do in certain areas for the congregation. Like your elder role has zero to do with being a grandma. When your grandchild call you, they're not calling an elder. They call them grandma.
But we apply
and
those
you
same
can have-
skills and
Same
strategies.
skill.
Yeah, yes.
We're
Okay,
talking about
yes,
role.
yes, yes,
We're talking about
okay.
hats.
Okay.
We're talking about what we physically do.
Right.
In all of these roles, what we are present for in all of these roles, and how do we become present in all of these roles. If I'm a mom, if I'm a sports mom, and I have to be at a game, I have to be at a game, the elder in me, the pastor in me, can answer this call and immediately go into intercession, because the intercessor, I carry that. I can't intercede at the time that my son is on the court and might want to see me watching him make that shot. Right? There are things that we accept. There's roles now. A lot of these things we can't. This is who we are. A lot of these roles we have to. We teach. He's teaching a lot about when people talk about balance. You have to have a holistic balanced life, and it's like how. That's how can we really put it all on an even scale? If you can yell that out and give me an answer, how can we put it all on an even scale? Outside of more of just being present in the moment that you're in. When I walk in the house, I have a 45 to 50-minute drive from my job to my house. That's when I handle all my phone calls. When I get in the garage, I say, all right, I'm home, and I get home. Because when I walk in the door, I belong to everybody in my house. I don't care if Moses is on the line. When I walk in that door, Mom, Angie, Mom, Angie. And I want to be present for that. Number one, and this is personal. This is personal. Because I work 4 10. So I'm out of my house 12 to 13 hours a day when I work. So I'm not Mom. I'm not, when she come home from school, she come in the house, she go do her thing, and she don't see Mom. So that I'm not present in that role. So we have to be present and use this one complete sentence, which is no. We have it. A lot of us have it because we love. This is who we are. We love to nurture. We love to give. We love to be present. We love it. We love what we get when people say, "Oh my gosh, you always there." Every time I call on you, you always there. And you know when I hear people say that, and I'm thinking about the person they're talking about, and I honestly, I always say, I wonder what they are to themselves. When I hear people, every time I call you, you answer. Every time. I tell people I don't turn my phone off, so I want you to text me, because eventually I'll get it. Now with this thing, I don't always get who missed calls. I don't even know why, but if you text me, I got it. And don't ever feel like you're not bothering me if you text me. If you call me, I may not be able to answer, but if you text me, I'm going to eventually get to it. But and then the way my life runs, I don't miss sleep. Like if I'm standing here long enough quiet, I'll go. So if you wake me up, I'm going back. Like some of us in the room, if you wake them up, that's it. They up for the day. That's not me. I can go back. I'll be all right.
Well, that's the thing, 'cause I was right about to say.
Yeah, so I'll catch it eventually, but I have people, because when you, especially those anybody a leader in the church, leader over an auxiliary, over people. They got people under them that come to them and answer. Yeah. I have 2 people in our congregation that will text me and say, Lady Knight, can you deal with my stuff today? And that means take the time out to talk to them. Because they don't call all the time. And whatever they need, they first gonna vent to me for a straight hour. And then we're gonna say how. My response is always, all right, now how can I help you? how can I help you? Because sometimes people just want to talk. And by the time they finish talking, they be like, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do this. I'm like, that was a good one, because I didn't have to come up. I'm praying, but I didn't have to say a word. So, and it's times where you want to not carry yourself to where we're spread so thin, and then we begin to feel it in our bodies, and we act it out in our behavior. And then get offended when people say stuff about it. Like, that's not me, that's not how I am. No, that really is you, but it's a reason for it. There's a reason. There's a reason for every behavior. Not an excuse, but there's a reason for it. There's a reason. I had someone tell me years ago, Lady Knight she get tight when she tired. And I was like, oh, you just got here, you don't know me. And and I'm like, oh, okay. So now I started realizing, like, when I'm really, really sleepy, my tolerance is way down here, where I can tolerate a whole bunch of stuff because I'm all rested and I'm ready to go. Yeah, intercessors. How many intercessors in the room? Intercessors. We got to be ready instant, right? In the moment. When you have gotten 12 phone calls and now you at church and you didn't sleep all night and your week was rough and the devil was on you because he don't want you to do it, and you get to church and now you laboring with somebody and it's a Sunday and you got to go to work Monday, may have an afternoon service that you committed yourself to, and now you're up in the morning going to work on Monday. How present are you? How present are you? Ministry is a servitude. Ministry is serving. The crust of it all, at the end of the day, it's a how can I help you? That's what ministry is. So all of us got something. All of us, whether you have a title or not, there's something that you do as a ministry. Even if you do it in a community, even if you're serving food, even if you got a closet that you got clothes and you giving them out, that takes time. All of it takes time. Yes. All of it takes time out of your schedule. Now, when we have all of that, again, I'm going back to who are we to ourselves? Excuse me, how often do you just say no because all you're doing is sitting on the couch with your ankles crossed? How often we do that? Or because we got the free time, now let me go run and do this. Now that I got some time, let me go run and help that. Oh, I remember I promised I said I was going to do this. Let me go, let me run, let me do. You know, you see how that looks? And when do we ever take the moment to sit in our own silence, even if it's 30 minutes? It's beneficial. It's beneficial to your mind and definitely to your physical life. To just sit in your own silence. You got a house full of, it's always plus. I gave birth to 3, but I feel like my house, we always got +1s, +2s, plus my kids' friends.
Yes.
Got practically live in my house. I got one that come and we don't even be there. I walk in the house, I'm like, Jake, hey, Jerry. And they're poor. They ask. We're mom and dad. We're aunt and uncle to them. And they need, and they poor, and we want to be there. Sometimes we have this desire to need to be needed.
Wow. Wow.
So you're fulfilling a need that we didn't get because of what we felt years and years ago. So to get that fulfillment, we do a lot. We say somebody, they may need me. They may need me. They may need me. It's us who need that. And we have to deal with that part that feels like we have to be needed. Every person is not our assignment. That's right. Every job that pastor get up in the pulpit and say needs to be done is not yours.
That's right.
You don't have to be the one. I'll do it. I got it. I'll take care of it. I got it. Our church, we're not allowed to be over more than 2 auxiliaries. You're not allowed.
That's good.
We just won't have it.
That's good.
If he don't have anybody to head it, it just falls by the wayside. That'd be one thing we just don't do. Because what he'll say is, you're not going to be over all of that, and you got all this going on, number one, he wants it in excellence. So if you ain't got the time to make it excellent, you don't want it done,
Right.
because you got too much going on. He like, perfect the ministry that you have. We so great.
Yeah.
We so amazing. We got it all, we know exactly how to do this, that, and the third, and make those two amazing. And just focus on that, because we got so many other things going on. So where sometimes we'll get to the point where we don't even know where we're headed. How many times, honestly, you don't have to say it out loud, how many times did we have something on our plate, and this is about time management, and you literally forgot, and somebody else was dropped because of it? Oh my God, I forgot that I had to make that call. I forgot I had to make my doctor's appointment.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because we running. Oh God, I forgot. This is what you gotta do at school today. Now every single thing I'm saying, I'm done.
Yes.
Every single thing I'm done. I went to a work seminar, and this nurse stood up, and this is what started this right here. This is what I do. Went to a work seminar, and this nurse got up. She said, I am a successful RN. I'm making all the money that I want to make. She's been a nurse for so many years. She said, I'm at the top of my career. She said, I had my first child at 42, and I'm divorced, and I have never RSVP'd for a family function. And I looked at her and I said, my God, was all of that
Worth it.
worth it? I work with an anesthesiologist right now. She has to be the highest paid at the hospital. The woman is amazing. Her mind is just, people love her. And she said to us one time, she said, my only regret is that I didn't have children. And she could, but she chose not to. That was a choice, because her career. So when I said she can do what she want, when she want, how she want, she can go live in Africa if she wants to, because she has made the money and she's got the status to do it. However, other things fell by the wayside.
Yeah.
So how much time do we put in, number one, what God has called us to do? And then our dreams and desires. And then what others demand from us. That's a lot. What God has called us to do, what we personally dream and desire, and then what others demand from us because of all of our goals. How do you become all of that, and then at the end of the day, be who you are for you? How many pastors' wives in the room? Pastors' wives in the room. We are dream catchers and dream builders. It's tag we it. Somebody call out, I need you to do it. Somebody not here today, need you to do it. My husband could say, I want to figure out how to bring the moon closer to the earth. And I'm going to be on Amazon trying to figure out a rope. How can I get a rope long enough to get the rope around the moon and bring it? That they speak, all right, let me see what I can do to, let me see what I can do to get this. All right, I'm going to on TikTok. Let me see what I can do to make sure this happens. And one day, this all from Sunday. Now I grew up in church. I grew up where we went to church Sunday, we didn't get out till Saturday. I promise you to Jesus Christ, I don't know how we did that. My mom, after a while, she didn't work because she was disabled. My mom had epilepsy, so after a while, she didn't work. So okay, you just got us, and you got church. And I look back at my life, and it was church. My family was church. It was church. It was church, and I went to school locally, went to a local college, happy about it, went to a local college, and it was church. I was at church for everything. Rehearsal, cleaning, services, meeting, church. When I met my husband and we dated, I said, I'm going to be at church. He came to church. He came to church. We dated at the church. My first plane ride was my honeymoon. That was my first plane ride, honeymoon. 24, 25, 24 years old. And so, you know, when you grow, you do better. My 12-year-old was in Hawaii at 12. Because I was like, no. And then he had nerve to be called to be a pastor. Then he had nerve to be consecrated to a bishop. Wow. We have one of the most thriving churches in Philadelphia, and we're building the network of the bridge. That's demanding. It takes my time. It's pastors' wives in the organization. It's other young women that, oh, I want you to do this, and I need you to run and go do it, and I need you to run and do it, and I need you to, and I'm like, all right, God, give me the capacity, but also give me the relationship building capabilities. The relationship building capabilities that when I say no, they don't feel rejected.
Right.
When I say I can't do that right now, they don't feel rejected because we are here to serve. I tell people all the time, it's as if, especially leaders, how many are moms and had to send their children to daycare? Had to send their children to daycare. Okay, so when you did, you expected them to take care of your child better, just like or better. And when you go, you expect your child to be well when you get there.
Yes.
Right? Clean, happy, don't even want you to come pick them up. That's what I mean. Yeah. That's how Jesus is with the souls he entrusts us with.
All right. Yeah. Amen.
I gave them to you to take care of. And if you are so overwhelmed, and if you're so boggled down, and you're so heavy with everything you put on yourself, how can you take care? Take care. We get short. We don't want to be bothered. Then we got to go on sabbatical. Now the whole church, listen, because you got to go on sabbatical because you do too much. You know, work. Now I got to be out for a month because I'm done. But because we have not tasted and was present and said the all important word, no, I can't right now. And it's not any reproach to be able to say I can't do it. It's okay to say I can't do it because you don't want to make a mess of what you've been given. You don't want to make a mess of it. You don't want people to say the last thing I want people to be like, she don't know what she doing. This is just too much for you. And you're right. You're right, it is. I did too much. I said yes to too many things. I have a survey for us that I want us to fill out. And y'all know the TikTok, we listen and we don't judge.
Yes.
We listen and
We don't judge.
This is for y'all to look at. You know how when it's better to write down how much you're spending, so when you see it on black and white, you're like, good Lord. That's how much money I took this week, my God. So it's good that when you write it out and when you look at it, you can see this is exactly what I put on my plate. This is all this, I'm doing all this. And then I want you to fill this out. Can you take one and pass it? Let me start on this side. Let me switch out because you got less on this side. Let me take that one. You take this too. You got some. I'm gonna take one and pass it. We're gonna pass it out. How much time I got with the phone? All right, we're gonna pass that out and get to it real quick. There's no more glory. We don't get glory out of working out of exhaustion. You don't get any extra jewels in your crown when you get to heaven because you done did 15 things well. He don't say, man, you took care of all the whole church. Here you go. No, it's just, it really is the spot of wrinkle. It really is that good and faithful servant. It is really a heart posture that gets us there. It really is. I want us to fill this out and put a number on it. If you are not in ministry per se, like have a title on you, use the word ministry for just you being in the church, you being a member of the church. just use that. Jesus died on the cross for all of us. He does not require us to do that again for him, for the people of God. He doesn't require that from us. He just requires us to love thy neighbor and take care of those that are assigned to us. There's no accolade in saying I got 20 mentees. There's no accolade in that. Because how present are you for 20 mentees when your mom, your worker, your wife, your grandmother, some of us are guardians because things happen, like me. Now I'm a guardian of extra because of tragedy. So things happen in our lives and we want to be able to not be so overwhelmed to where we can't handle it all. So we want you to answer just how well, number one, how well we take care of ourselves, how present we are to the dimensions of our life. And it's okay to be honest. I'm not going to collect it nor make people, I'm not going to make people read them out loud. Sometimes we just need to take inventory. What am I doing? What am I doing with all of this? And how am I managing with everything that I've allowed to be on my plate? And at the end of the day, where am I when it's all said and done? Where's my well-being? How is my well-being? If some areas don't apply, you don't have to put that. Y'all give me a thumbs up when we get to the third page. We want to always be honest about our capacity. What we can hold, what we can handle. In order to be strong, in order to be whole, we have to be in tune with God so we can be sure what our assignment is. Sometimes we're just space fillers because no one else did it. No one else came up to the plate. Nobody else stepped up. It doesn't necessarily mean that's you. Now it's your job. Understand that just because we have a heart for it, or a skill or a passion for it, does not mean that's our assignment. Timing is also an important factor. Know when the timing is right for the assignment. Like our elder was saying, different times. And having it all is different times. It can be different times in our life. Understand that we are not effective in the kingdom being a jack of all trades and a master of none. You know a little bit about a lot of stuff. But what have we mastered so we can be a real threat and a real asset to the kingdom of God? Threat to the enemy and an asset to the kingdom of God. Remember, we are many parts of one body working towards one goal. If we wear out the leg, the body develops a limp. If we wear out our eyes, we can't focus. If we wear out our mind, we can't think effectively. Some things we have to say, you know what, at this time, you know what, best I can. We have a member at our church that if Bishop asks them to do anything, it's a yes 100% of the time. 100% of the time, it's a yes. If they can physically do it, it's getting done. And so because we realized that, he pulled back on how much he asked of them because he knows it's going to be a yes. And it can't be that one all the time. So sometimes be aware of the people that we're over and try to help them see that you can't do everything. Master time management, so we don't get in situations where we have to take time off. We don't have a choice now, because our bodies can't go any longer. Know that you are important. If we are any help to any role we play, we then create a missing link in the flow if we're not present to perform the duties that we said we could perform. Especially the family members, parents. At a certain age, our parents get older and they become more dependent upon us. That's a pull. Because they expect it. I know I do. I tell my kids, I said, when I'm older, this is what I expect. I mean, I did all this. But yeah, they pull on you. And especially when their friends start dying off, and y'all become friends. Y'all become friends. Then they expect that time. So, time shift with seasons. We can no longer always put on everything because now is a shift. Be flexible enough to shift. Flexible enough to shift with it. No, go to third grade. Just let me know when you watch it. We'll go into that part. Yeah. I want you to be able to take a little inventory. You want to feel refreshed. You want to feel like at the end of the day, we wake up in the morning with a thank you and what am I to do today? Who can I bless today? What impact can I make today? But at night, when we go to bed, we want to be able to say, whether or not we've extended ourselves to where we don't even know what time we went to sleep. We got in the bed and we just fell out because we were so overextended. And how many days a week, how many nights of the week do we do that? How many? How many nights in a 7-day week do we just fall out in the bed because we done did so much all day long? We can't continue to work in that exhaustion. Not constantly. I have a therapist, and I remember it was during the course of my sister's accident and then subsequent death. And so I was talking to her, and it was, I don't know what month it was, but she made me feel so ridiculous. I said, I was telling her all the stuff that I got to do, and I was like, I don't have time for all that. I just got this, I don't have time. She said, so when are you going to rest? And I said, I got a vacation in May. And she looked at me, she said, you have a vacation in May? So it might have been months, it might have been wintertime. She said, that's just like me asking you when you going to eat. You going to say in May? And I was like, oh, okay. That didn't make sense. I get it. Yeah, when you gonna sleep? That's like me saying, when you gonna sleep? And you tell me in May. Be present for the time. What can you do at this time? Sometimes our life demands where we're going to be, every one of us do it. We will extend ourselves to points where we're just exhausted. So what time do you take in the middle of that? Be determined to, even in the middle of that, take 15. I have, my kids follow me to the bathroom if they got a conversation.
Yes.
In the bathroom. I can't tell you what I say. I can't tell you what I say because I'm on live. But I'm like, please let me go to the bathroom.
Yes.
And I have to say it. Don't you follow me in this bathroom? Don't
Yes.
you?
Yes.
I'm in the tub.
Still cool.
Mom. So I got to talk to him with the door shut. Because everything they need is especially that middle one that don't talk. When he do talk, then I'm just like, all right, what you want? Because he don't talk. I'm so okay. I got you. But yeah, I need you and I need you. Yeah. You gotta be able to say no. It was my husband had to preach out, and my son had to MC somewhere, and they both expected me to be there. Of course, my husband trumped that boy all day, and he said, "Oh, I see. This is my son." Oh, I see how this is. I see how this is. You just going with that. I see now. Like he was offended. He said, so you're not going with me? No, I'm not going with you. We have to find somebody. He said, I didn't even know. And I didn't even know they had to go out and preach. And so who's going to be there? So there we go. All right, who's going to be there? Let me figure out how I'm going to pull on somebody else in my village to be with that one. Because I'm going to stay. Yeah, I'm going to stay. So yeah, now it's a shift. It's a shift from the babies. It's a shift to middle age, teenage. It's a shift to now they're adults. It's another shift. Then there's another shift if you got grandchildren and we in their business. If they gonna raise them right, if I'm watching, you ain't gonna do right about my grandbabies. So that's another hat. Yeah, and I go to church and I'm faithful. And I got a job. How are we doing it? How? Grade your performance in those areas. And then again, I can't push it enough. At the end of the day, what kind of woman am I to myself? At the end of the day. This one was big for me. For me personally, growing up. How many families outside of your church, outside, ain't got nothing to do with church, nothing to do with family and friends day, nothing. How many family functions do you attend with those who don't want Christ? How many family functions do you attend in a month?
At least one.
At least one, because you do family reunions. And some say
Birthdays.
birthdays.
Wherever there's a birthday.
Yep. A lot of us, because we don't even feel like being bothered. Ain't got time. I don't want to go in there smelling like we get high. That's right. I don't feel like all that. Huh? All right. So, why don't we get along with them? We got the Holy Ghost. That's right. We carry Jesus. Why? Not calling you out. No. Why can't I stand being around you? There's always something. Their spirit is off. Their spirit is off. Their spirit's supposed to be off. Yes, we can't expect the sinner. I'm talking about the one that professed Christianity. Yeah, that make you mad. Yeah. So what do we do? Why? And then you know they got something to say about us, right? Or you know they talking about it. You know they're saying they're too good. They're too good to come around. It's always that church. If they pastor call them, they'll come. But they can't come to the baby shower.
That's right. That's the situation I'm saying. That part.
Now, there's a consequence to everything. Are we okay with that?
Yeah.
Are we okay? Are we okay? Are we okay? That's the takeaway, especially from our unsafe family.
You should know that.
How often can we sit in their presence?
Not long.
I promise you I'm showing up. I promise you I'm going to show up. And this is what I do. Especially when it's a time thing. I'm coming on time. And I'm leaving early. Because they bust out the stuff at the end. But I'm showing up. I'm showing up. I'm going to show up. And then everybody, I can't sit at the table with everybody. You can't. But Angie here, what's up, cuz? What's up? What's up, sis? What's up? The conversation, I don't even want to know what you're talking about. I don't even want to know. But I show up. Yeah.
That's because you invited, because see,
That
in
some.
my situation, I don't get no invitations anyway. So, then I hear about it, I would, I always be invited to be partake.
Yeah, I don't even wanna put my people on blast, but we don't get invited to stuff in the church.
Wow. But
They
no,
don't
that's
want,
about.
they don't want lady and bishop there. Not like, I don't have Facebook and I'm so glad. Cause there'd be Facebook invitations, I'm like, oh, I didn't see it. Didn't know, wow, you had that, was it nice? Yeah, didn't see that, Lord, I didn't see it. Yeah, so yeah, but we wanna make a difference. We wanna make a difference, because at the end of the day, they're watching our life. Anybody wanna discuss? Anything that it shed light to, anything that's like, whoa, I didn't think about it like that. Anybody scored low that wanna talk about it? Was there any low scores? I have one low score. One of my boxes was really low. I was like, all right, God, I gotta work on that one. Anybody scored really high and wanna talk about how they do it? Any box?
I scored high on the physical part, and
Okay.
that's because I changed my way. Sleeping, so, but if you'd have asked me this 6 months ago, it would have been very low. But now I can't say I got 4 on all of them.
What made you change?
My health, like I said earlier, without people saying one thing, but I refused to receive what they were saying, so I had to do something about it. So that's why I was able now to get the 20. Just like I said, 6 months ago, it'd been very low, or either it'd have been low or I'd have been lying about what I was
Right,
supposed to do.
I love it.
Okay.
I love it. Yeah, yeah. Now, and again, this is your paper. Nobody's looking at it, this is your paper to take inventory